Okay, so I may not have nailed my team placement predictions for MCC Pride 2025. I was close with most of them, just not right on the money for a lot. Let's go through them. The teams I put in 10th and 9th, green and pink respectively, ended with those placements. Nothing much to add. I will say that it was cool watching pink do well in the first couple of games. I had red in 8th. After making the video, I realized that I was very likely wrong with that one. I put lime over red, which was a bad decision. I'm still new to this team placement predictions thing, and I sometimes don't have a good estimate as to how a team will perform. Lime finished the event in 8th. Aqua was the team that got 7th. They had some highs and lows, but this was still a fun team to watch. I'm still waiting for the day when False can get her 5th win. Red came 6th, which is where I put Aqua. Orange finished the event in 5th and did a tiny bit worse than I had predicted, since I put them in 4th. I was correct about Ampharos looking for the Noxesium Crystal in Ace Race, which he didn't end up finding. I also put Cyan in 5th, and I'll touch on that more in a bit. Blue came 4th, and while they didn't make it to Dodgebolt, they still made a rise back up the placements. Blue was in 7th overall after Parkour Tag, but they were able to climb back up with good placements into Gitatos, Battlebox, and Grid Runners. Yellow obtained 3rd place, and I had them in 1st. It was interesting to watch Joel come out of his shell a bit and lead his team in survival games. He used to rush into other teams and would get killed quickly that way, but this time he had a more watchful eye. Yellow was able to third-party other teams and get kills that way. There's a fun fact involving this team that I'll mention at the end. Purple got 2nd place when I had them in 3rd. I was shocked to see this team do as well as they did. They never dropped below 2nd place after the first game. This team had amazing vibes, and it was fun to listen to them sing the songs from Steven Universe during the event. I want to give a shout out to Cherry Fire. The dodgeball stats by Mr. Orcadude haven't released yet, but Cherry hit so many other shots. I specifically watched Apo's POV for dodgeball, and one thing that I noticed was she was shooting way too fast. That was the same comment I made for Joel during Blank Canvas. You don't have to panic when your team has both the arrows. I know it's still a high pressure situation, but you can still take it slow and talk with your teammates on who you're aiming for, if you're aiming for a specific person. By process of elimination, you should know which team got 1st. It was Cyan. And I'll admit it, I was completely wrong about this one. I put them in 5th since they had 3 newcomers. In the predictions video, I explained that Sleepy, Rain, and SK were all very good newcomers, so I was still kind of 50-50 on how well this team would perform. I don't watch any of those people's content, so of course I was rooting for Purple. In the public MCC Discord, I was saying that Cyan was probably going to 3-0 the other team in Dodgebolt, but I'm glad I was wrong about that. It's crazy how many recent Dodgebolts have been going to a juicy 5th round. Also, it's crazy how the team I was watching for some recent MCCs was ahead 2-1, but then lost the next couple rounds to lose the event. I'd like to give a shout out to u/Jarvik on Reddit, more commonly known as Matt Griffin. He pointed out a very interesting statistic from this event. Had there not been the chicken coin gimmick, Yellow would have made it to Dodgebolt. Cyan still takes 1st with 19,731 coins, but Yellow obtained 2nd with 19,072 coins, which is 132 coins ahead of Purple's 18,940. If it was a Cyan versus Yellow finale, I'd still predict Cyan being the winner. Now if it was a Yellow versus Blue finale, like many people before the event had predicted, I'd say Blue wins. Nothing against Yellow, I just think the other teams are better at Dodgebolt. Have a great time zone and I'll see you when I see you. Bye!